even the topper, he will not opt commerce in this case.
We'll see about that.
Nobody is going to opt for that. Because it starts from accounting, income tax, marketing, finance, so many papers they are introduced in one paper. And that's why most of the students, they opt for public administration or sociology, these papers they are opting. Because this one paper means one paper. Commerce means all commerce paper is one. That's why this conflict arises. At one stage, Himachal Public Service Commission sent the syllabus to me that this is the syllabus as per the Union Public Service Commission, and we wanted to design the commerce syllabus for that. Can you do some changes for that, modifications in that paper? When I saw the syllabus, I said, what to change? Because it is so lengthy, it is not possible for a student to cover all the things in one paper. It is not possible. तो मैं उसमें से क्या काटता और क्या करता? Because it is purely on the pattern of IAS. Now in IAS, when they designed the syllabus for IAS in commerce, that means some commerce teachers were involved. It is whose fault? They never thought that give a one specialization paper, say marketing, finance, personal. Okay, fine, then it will do. Otherwise, UPSC is not going to design the syllabus itself. That is, nowadays, if you find the students have a craze for medicine, engineering, hospital management, or tourism, and IT, and so on and so forth. What's the reason for that? Job opportunity. Because they know that up to the BCom level, it is an excellent degree. Because as in the morning session was quoted, in Shriram College of Commerce, even 97% marks, you are not in a position to get admission in Shriram College. So that means up to BCom, it is an excellent degree. The moment it comes to the MCom, say 92% of the commerce graduates, they don't go for MCom, only 8% go for it. 8% means residual. Now what you can expect from the residual? Because cream is already gone. So what you can expect from the residual? What they can do in the market? When one degree, it is not very well recognized in the industry, just to establish its goodwill again in the market. What was happening about 20, 30, 40 years back? It will take a long time. While we designing our course, can we thought, why don't you call Association of Chamber of Commerce? Sir, what is your requirement? In Board of Studies or somewhere, try to invite those people and do some changes in the course curriculum. Then it is certainly going to have university-industry interaction. Then it is possible. And if such things they happen, at ICA, say, at ICA, which is our Commerce Association, at this platform, this body can discuss the issues with the UGC or with the state government or with the central government. Some platform is needed for having a discussion or dialogue with the government. Otherwise, individual university, if you go, nobody is going to listen to you. Some platform is needed. But if you go to the ICA seminar, you will find nearly about 2,000 people. They gather together, they relish and enjoy, go back. Nothing concrete in that. And they never think in these terms that how to save the commercial education, what will be the fate after 10, 20 years. They never thought on these lines. There is at one stage, CA people requested to the UGC that MCom and CA should be at par. Their ulterior motive was entirely different. Because CA people, they were not getting job in the market. They wanted to make themselves eligible for teaching job. And that's why they want EPS. Otherwise, in the industry, CA is a very well recognized. First preference will be given to the CA, second to the MCom. Deliberately they wanted to enter into this field. And in the case of CA, ICWA or CAs or any other professional courses, when course content is same, why not exemption is given to the people? When syllabus course content is same, we should be getting exemption from these papers. They don't give any exemption for that. Similarly, in the case of jobs, in case of banking, say in security market, financial institution, investment institutions, where is the preference for employee? If you go to the bank, PO, everyone is eligible. No special preference to the employee. When you have a knowledge, when you have studied these papers, why a preference is not given to the employee? Then a new type of problem is emerging up in the colleges. Central government gave one directive to the universities, state universities, that reduce your non-plan expenditure. How to reduce the non-plan expenditure? What action university can do? For reducing the non-plan expenditure, university said, when a teacher retires, don't fill up those positions. In most of the universities, you will find universities are not filling up the position because they wanted to curtail down the non-plan expenditure. Then what is the alternative? Then teachers are appointed on ad hoc basis, or lecture basis, or part-time basis. If teachers are appointed on these bases, when these teachers, after say 5-10 years, they retire, who is going to head the department? Who is going to give a direction to the department? What will happen 10-15 years after that? If those positions are not filled up with the senior positions, what will be the fate of the state universities? So we have to think about these terms also in this way. And in the government colleges, Education Secretary says, commerce is a one paper. We will give you one teacher. How it is possible that one teacher can teach 18 grades? They say in history we have given one teacher. In physics we have one teacher. It is a one paper. So similarly, commerce is a one paper. We will give you one teacher. Most of the colleges, they are running on the basis of one teacher. The rest is part-time teachers. So what will be the fate of commerce in that situation? Do you think a part-time teacher will take the same responsibility as a senior teacher is? No, I am coming to the research section in that way. If you find the thesis in the research in commerce education, again you will find a lot of anomalies are there. Generally the first chapter, which is introductory. Whether this introductory chapter is having any link with the title or not, because guidelines said it should be of 35 to 40 pages. So I created title 40 pages. It is nothing, it is a library research, a desk research, cut and copy from some other places. And second chapter is generally the review of literature. On the same topic, review of literature, you will find large number of theses are available. Same review of literature is taken from that place. And that fellow has given an acknowledgement to all the researchers. Similarly, I am giving acknowledgement to all the authors. So where is the plagiarism? And on sitting on the internet, then downloading some information from the internet, then simply update, say 5-10 studies, you add it up, your review of literature chapter is ready. Hardly in any thesis you will find in review of literature chapter, these authors, they were of researchers, they were of this opinion. These researchers, they were of this opinion. Why this controversy? Whether it is due to some technique or data collection or some other reason. Try to find out the reason for that. This part is missing. This part is completely missing from the thesis industry. Next part, it is coming on research methodology. In research methodology, need of the study, scope of the study, everything is defined. Objectives, these are my objectives. In 90% of the thesis, you will find hypothesis part it is missing. Hypothesis is guideline to action. What you are going to do in future. When hypothesis part is missing, then you will find all the analysis part and objectives. There is no match. Objective is something else. Analysis and interpretation, it is something else. One thesis I received from Rajasthan for evaluation, and it was having questionnaire in the end, in the lecture. And perchance my name was ticked for Viva. Then I asked the participant researcher that you have attached a questionnaire where the data is analyzed. He said, sir, when degree is awarded to me, only then I will collect the data. Why this time I should collect the data? This is the state of affairs. And now in the market you will find a large number of this one softwares which are available to us. Like SPSS, eViews, R, MyStat, SAS, so many softwares are. Now in computer, garbage in, garbage out. You put some data in the computer, certainly it is going to do some calculations. After doing calculation, some result is there. If this result is there, you are simply wanting in your thesis. You never bothered about the assumptions, whether in this situation, this thing can be valid. This analysis is valid. I asked one time in one Viva question, I said, in finance, all the book says, standard deviation is used as a measure of risk. If standard deviation is a measure of risk, suppose there is a one company, the sale they are increasing from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Second company, sales they are declining 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. If you compute the data of mean of both the data and standard deviation of both the data, it is same. And can you say risk is same? How it is possible? How the standard deviation can be the measure of the risk? Sir, it is written in the books. And even the foreign author books, the one of the best book by James Zivanon in finance, he also written the same thing. And so many people badly criticize CAPM model. It is a useless model. But still we are using it blindly in most of the cases. So we have to take into consideration that whether this, like in regression, I have not seen even a single book on research methodology where regression analysis is discussed from A. Only regression coefficients are computed. After that, silent. The biggest thing in the regression analysis is what? Residuals. In ANOVA, putting residuals. Because what is residual? Which you are not in a position to explain. We never discuss the residual part. We discuss only the explained part. And where is the unexplained part? That discussion is missing. Assumptions, they are missing. Like in 1984, in 1980s, econometrics, they came to know that in time series data, you cannot run the regression line. But we in commerce, in management, in so many disciplines, we are running regression line. Firstly, the series should be stationary. वो कहते हैं 84 से पहले भी तो उसको डिग्री अवार्ड भी. But this concept came into being in 1984. That means the series should be stationary. Only then you can run any other analysis. But on time series analysis, we blindly run all the analysis. All the techniques are running blindly on this technique. I was in Gwalior, and in Gwalior I was discussing with them a regression line, multiple regression line. Then there is the question that on ordinal data, regression can be run. I said it can't be run. They quoted me one article which is published in US journal. See, it is published in US journal. So the regression line can be run on the ordinal data. I said data should be continuous. On nominal or ordinal data, you cannot run the regression line. If someone has committed a mistake, are you going to commit a mistake? Because if it is the ordinal data, say Likert scale, strongly agree to strongly disagree. Either you agree or you disagree. That means in between, indifferent. तो आपको आंसर क्या मिलेंगे? Either strongly agree or disagree or strongly agree or disagree. So that is data is either right-handed skewed or left-handed skewed. It cannot be normally distributed because center there is number 3 indifferent. ये normal distribution हो ही नहीं सकता. How you can run the regression in that case? But people get that. So in computers, when you put the data, that means try to apply your brain. Why it is happening? What is the reason for that? I have done the analysis of, I think, more than 1,000 students in PhD till date. And not in commerce discipline. I am familiar with psychology and sociology or MBBS or this physical sciences. Every field I have done the analysis. If I ask any student that I wanted to explain you why it is happening, sir, I know that, don't worry. They don't want to listen. They don't want any explanation. And even in MBBS, in MD, when doing the analysis, if the result is not as per the international standard, they don't want to apply their frame. Sir, is data को manipulate? It should be as per international law. I said, try to find out the reason, what is happening. Oh, sir, इतना time किसके पास है? We will quote the name of those studies and we will get the degree. That means even in those sciences which are perfect, they are even changing this. So it is everywhere. If it is a deterioration, it is not commerce. Go to any field, then you will find the same situation is happening. And in the thesis, so many higher advanced analysis it is applied. चाहे एक कभी नहीं पता. But just for the sake of technique, it is applied in PhD thesis. That means it is simply statistics for statistics. Meaning that पता है कि नहीं, it is empirical format. So I request you that whatever knowledge you are having, try to share with others. Only then you can grow. And we try to introduce this thing in our university. ये इसका स्टूडेंट है, वो 4 टीचर उसकी लेक्चर में. That means these teachers, they are not having good terms. Sufferer is whose student. So that means we have to stop this practice. Yeah. So in this way, there are problems, but there are solutions also. And it will take some time. Now with these words,
Thank you, Professor Bali. He covered so many aspects related to commerce education in this lecture. One was gap between theory and practice. As a solution to that, he suggested that case studies should be there. But in this correction, I shall like to add something more. That a student should get acquainted